देवी जय जय, ओ देवी जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। कालिया माँ कालिया माँ, जय जय कालिया माँ। काल कपालिनी माँ, काल कपालिनी माँ, जगदोधारिणी माँ, जगदोधारिणी माँ। ओ देवी जय जय, ओ देवी जय जय, ओ देवी जय जय अम्बे माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। मरियमा मरियमा, जय जय मरियमा। जगदोधारिणी माँ, जगदोधारिणी माँ, काल कपालिनी माँ, काल कपालिनी माँ। ओ देवी जय जय, ओ देवी जय जय, ओ देवी जय जय अम्बे माँ।
Sitaramam Shakti. This is the one and the only Shakti Sundays with Justin D. Anthony. I want to say it's a pleasure and honor to have you locked on as we play all these divine songs. And we bring you teachings of the Divine Mother on this very auspicious Sunday morning. On today's Shakti Sundays, we'll be focusing our discourse on Kaal Bhairava. With the upcoming Kaal Bhairav Jayanti being on November 11, 2025, our discourse will focus on and speak to the power of Kaal Bhairava and some of the methods of his worship. So please do me one favor in the first place. Share this link across your Facebook as you speak today on Shakti Sundays about Kaal Bhairava. But in the meantime, I would like to say pranam and good morning to Rita Albert, Pranita Singh, Annie Morgan, Lola Ramerton and family. I want to say pranam and happy Sunday to Harish, Sushma Sunny. I want to say pranam and good morning to Sunita Kolasar, Jana. I want to take this opportunity to say, broadly speaking, pranam and blessings to all those watching in Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Suriname, the various Caribbean islands. I want to say blessings and pranam to all those watching in Canada, the United States of America, the Mauritius, South Africa, Australia, and elsewhere. Wherever you're locking in from, wherever you may be viewing this program, I want to say, may the Divine Father, that is Kaal Bhairav, bless each and every one of you in an incredible way. Once again, share this link across your Facebook as we speak today on Shakti Sundays about Kaal Bhairava.
ही शादे, तू ही लक्ष्मी तू ही शादे, तू ही सितारा रे रानी, तू ही सितारा रे रानी। जय जय हो मैया अम्बे मैया, जय जय हो मैया मैया जगदम्बे मैया, जय जय हो मैया अम्बे मैया, जय जय हो मैया मैया जगदम्बे मैया।
जय हो तेरी लक्ष्मी माता, जय हो तेरी लक्ष्मी माता। वो जगमग दिया जले, वो जगमग दिया जले।
I want to say pranam to Harach and Dennis.
लक्ष्मी माता जय हो तेरी
I want to say pranam and good morning to Savitri Lokman as well.
दिया जले, वो जगमग दिया जले।
I want to say pranam and good morning to Pawan A. I additionally would like to say Sitaram to Nalita Singh.
बात सब कोई मिलकर चढ़ावे, मीठा बात सब कोई मिलकर चढ़ावे। लड्डू प्रसाद सब भोग लगाए, नफसीनो तेरे मिलकर खाए और मिलकर खाए। जय हो तेरी लक्ष्मी माता, जय हो तेरी लक्ष्मी माता। वो जगमग दिया जले, वो जगमग दिया जले। घर घर मिलकर दीप जलाए, घर घर मिलकर दीप जलाए। लक्ष्मी मैया को घर में बुलाए, सबको मन में प्यारे बढ़ावे या प्यारे बढ़ावे। जय हो तेरी लक्ष्मी माता, जय हो तेरी लक्ष्मी माता। वो जगमग दिया जले, वो जगमग दिया जले।
I want to say pranam, good morning, and Sitaram to Auntie Asha Tahal from Florida. Blessings to you and your family. Once again, if you just locked on, I want to say Vanakkam, Sitaram Om Shakti, and welcome to the one and the only Shakti Sundays with Justin D. Anthony. I want to say it is my distinct honor to have you locked on as you play all these divine songs and bring you teachings of the Divine Devi. Teachings on Hindu spirituality. Today's Shakti Sundays is themed with the upcoming Kaal Bhairava Jayanti, which will be on November 11th, 2025. Kaal Bhairava Jayanti is an opportunity and a celebration of Lord Shiva's fierce manifestation, Kaal Bhairava. And as we go throughout this program, we will speak to Kaal Bhairava, his powers, who he is, and one particular way of worshipping Kaal Bhairava an individual may employ. So to begin our discourse for today, who is Kaal Bhairava? Who is this deity that we often hear about? Who is this deity that some in the Hindu community express fear about? Are their fears, or do their fears have any validity? What is the truth about this form, this deity? So to begin our discourse for today, Kaal Bhairava is a form of Lord Shiva with a terrifying face. That word Bhairava comes from the root word Bhairav, which is a reference to the terrifying image on the outer, the terrifying external. So it tells us here that Kaal Bhairav has a terrifying image on the external. He has a fierce image on the external. But those who know him, those who are devotees of him would know, despite his terrifying image, despite the immense energy and power he holds and he expresses, he is one of the most compassionate deities in the context of Hinduism. In fact, many scholars indicate and say that the power of Kaal Bhairav is so immense that he dissolves the karma of the Upasaka. And what does that word Upasaka mean? For us to have the understanding, for us to be, familiar with these terms that are used in Hinduism. What is a Upasaka? A Upasaka, put simply, is an individual who seeks to become closer to the deity. An individual who does a lot of devotion with a deliberate purpose of becoming closer to the deity, fostering a relationship with the deity to the extent where the deity becomes the most trusted friend. The deity becomes the mother, the father, the everything for them. So Kaal Bhairav dissolves the karma of the Upasaka. He wipes away your karma. Why? So you can gain moksha. When one is free from karma, when one is free from various aspects of bondage in this world, only then they have the ability to gain moksha, to be liberated from the cycle of life and death. Kaal Bhairav is the road through which the devotee can gain liberation. I want to say good morning and pranam to Rita. I want to say pranam and good morning to Monica G. Rupnarayan. I want to say pranam to Devi Ram, Nandi Singh and family, watching from Bali in Indonesia. I hope you're having a wonderful time in Indonesia, which is a place with so many sites in reference related to Hindu spirituality. A great place of worship. So I hope you have a wonderful, meaningful and memorable vacation in Bali, Indonesia. I want to say pranam to Shirley Lochin and family. I also would like to say Sitaram to Savitri Balgobin.
Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalani Durga Kshama Shivadatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Kaloti दानव दलन कर दुष्टों को मारे, काली की शक्ति जगत जन को तारे। दानव दलन कर दुष्टों को मारे, काली की शक्ति जगत जन को तारे। हाथ में भारी भुजाली भवानी माई कलकत्ता वाली, कालों की काल महाकाली भवानी माई कलकत्ता वाली।
पार करो ना माता, पार करो ना माता, पार करो ना माता जी हमें भवसागर पार करो ना। माता जी हमें भवसागर पार करो ना, माता जी हमें भवसागर पार करो ना। पार करो ना माता, पार करो ना, पार करो ना माता, पार करो ना। माता जी हमें भवसागर पार करो ना, माता जी हमें भवसागर पार करो ना।
I want to say pranam and good morning to Wilbert Sicharan. Additionally, I want to take this opportunity just to pause and say
ना हमें बल है
good morning and pranam to all the devotees of the Sri Mahakali Durga Mandir, located at 9266 Springfield Boulevard in Queensville, New York. I want to say pranam and good morning in particular to Pujari Kabardas G2 and Grandma Rose.
सुनो मेरी माता बिनय हमारी, सुनो मेरी माता बिनय हमारी। एक छोटी से सुन ले ये रज हमारी। हमें भवसागर पार करो ना माता जी, हमें भवसागर पार करो ना। पार करो ना माता, पार करो ना, पार करो ना माता, पार करो ना। माता जी हमें भवसागर पार करो ना, माता जी हमें भवसागर पार करो ना। ना हमें साधन, ना हमें शक्ति, ना हमें शक्ति, ना हमें साधन, ना हमें शक्ति, ना हमें शक्ति। लक्ष्मी लक्ष्मी ओ माँ, सुनो मेरी माता बिनय हमारी, सुनो मेरी माता बिनय हमारी। एक छोटी से सुन ले ये रज हमारी। हमें भवसागर पार करो ना माता जी, हमें भवसागर पार करो ना। पार करो ना माता, पार।
So if you just locked on, I want to say welcome to Shakti Sundays with Justin D'Anthony. As we continue with our discussion for today, Kaal Bhairava is a deity that controls creation in his form of Para Bhairava. He is a deity that can bless one with a child if the Divine Mother does not want to accord the blessing of a child, accord the blessing of fertility. He may override the Divine Devi in that regard and bless one with a child. However, the individual in question must have loyalty, must remember Kaal Bhairava. You know, in some cases, and this is a reality, for me to say what I'm about to say might come across as a bit controversial for me to say. But it indeed affects many people in this world today. And there is no point. There is no point to do a program to inform individuals about various matters relating to Hindu spirituality, the power of deities, and just to skip over everything because it might be seen as controversial or whatever it is. And here it comes to the topic. When a man and woman decide to have an abortion, when they abort that child, both the man and the woman carry blood on their hands. They both blights themselves in that process. Now we understand that, due to economic circumstances and many other factors, abortion might be seen as an option. We're not talking about financial aspects, we're not talking about aspects of legal rights and all of that. We are speaking solely on a spiritual lens. When a man and woman decide to abort a child, what happens spiritually? They blights themselves. They carry blood on their hands become dirty. In a spiritual sense, when a child is aborted, that soul, it takes that sort of spiritual sense, that spiritual form, and it cries. It wanders for that period of time, looking for a refuge, looking for where it needs to go. And eventually, at some point in time, it'll be very, very fortunate to encounter one of its ancestors, spiritual beings, and those spiritual beings will take it as their own, nurture it, care for it like a baby. But this is for you to have the understanding of what occurs on a spiritual lens. When one aborts a child, that soul wanders, that soul cries, that soul is in a helpless state, looking for a place to be. And only if the ancestors, these ancestral forces, take it, then it can gain some sense of peace, some sense of understanding. And to relate it back to our discourse for today, when an individual, when a man and woman decides to abort a child, the Divine Mother will not permit them to have another child. The Divine Mother, that is Kali, even if they beg and they pray for another child, that Divine Devi will not permit them to gain another child. They had a blessing, and they terminated that blessing. They terminated that child. So why would the Divine Mother want to accord such a blessing again on them? So to relate it back to our discourse for today, in these circumstances, an individual may approach Kaal Bhairav, will have to do intense sadhana, devotion, intense prayers for Kaal Bhairav to override the decision of the Divine Mother and be blessed with a child. And the point of saying all of this, right? The point of saying all of this is not to be judgmental on anyone. Not to be judgmental, not to condemn anyone, not to do anything of that sort. But to inform you of what occurs on a spiritual side, on a spiritual lens. And to reinforce a message to you that even if you've been wrong in your ways, you can approach Kaal Bhairava, who is so compassionate and so powerful that in certain aspects, in certain cases, he may override the decision of the Divine Mother and bless one with a child. Despite whatever wrong they may have done, whatever mistaken path they may have taken before, he is so compassionate in this sense. So while he is very terrifying often as he's depicted, often as he appears, when he manifests on the body of an individual in the proper way, the energy is sometimes so immense. The dancing has such a grandeur to it. But there lies beyond that image a compassionate heart, a deity that will forgive you for the wrong you have done. So this is truly the power of Kaal Bhairava. When the devotee goes wrong, the devotee goes astray, there is no help, there is no remedy. He forgives the devotee. And he goes the other step, he blesses the devotee. But remember, you have to remember him. You need to honor him. If you have taken the wrong path in life, you've done something wrong, and now he has blessed you, you need to continue onwards with the right track. You need to continue onwards, remembering him, honoring him, not occasionally, but every day. If the deity like Kaal Bhairava will bless you with the joy of having a child, why would you only periodically remember him? That joy that you have in that form of a child, the joy that you have, why don't you remember where it came from? They bless you in such a grand way. Every day you remember them. Every day you honor them. Every day you arti, you light dupe and whatever. Every day you love them. It is just simply a matter of common sense. And just simply understanding, being an individual of gratitude. Grateful. And I want to tell you something here today. Your children, you're blessed with children and everything. Remember something. Take the perspective of this. Those children that you have do not come from you. They come through you. They come from the divine, some type of deity, some type of divine energy they come from, but they come through you. And if you have that opportunity, you are blessed with that opportunity that children have come through you. You're blessed with a son, daughter, or whatever it is. Remember that. Too often in this world today, we see and we observe that people have children. They have children and they choose favorites. have children, they're blessed with that gift by the divine. And many times they don't care about that child. They don't nurture that child. That child is just there for show. In the world that we live in today, have you not observed the people often that would love and care for a child are sometimes not blessed with a child? And those with numerous children, blessed so abundantly, so often in this world today, we see them forsake their children, have favoritism, like one child above the other, or use their children. You know, there is a little story. There is a little story, a little medical story. A couple once had a child, and that child had a lot of health problems. So they decided to have another child. That second child, however, all they wanted that second child was simply to get certain medical things from them. However, they could harvest the second child's body to help the first one. That's why they decided to have a second child. And this here, what I'm telling you, this little example here, what I'm telling you here, is a reality in this world today. This world here today, all kids are not equal. Some kids are just simply used and used. Just like that child who was brought in just to harvest certain medical and organs and whatever. So to bring it back to a very clear point, children don't come from you, they come through you as a blessing, as a gift. Honor all of them. Love all of them despite their flaws, despite their ways. All children in this world will not become a doctor. They won't become a lawyer. They won't become a leader of a nation. Everyone's destined for something else. Everyone has abilities and aptitude for something else. But remember, as I want to summarize this point very simply, remember to cherish that gift of a child. Every child you have, cherish them. Don't show favoritism to any of them. Because remember, those children are gifts that exist in the temporary. And remember one statement of fact. Millions and millions in this world today, they beg to the Divine Mother. They beg to different deities to have a child, and they're not blessed with a child. But if you today have children, daughters, sons, whatever it is, understand your blessing, understand how rare it is in the grand scheme of things. I want to say pranam to Ambika. I want to say pranam to Radha Dipo. I want to say good morning and pranam to Debbie Algu. I additionally want to say pranam to Sunita Roy. I want to say pranam to Mr. Danny Prasad and ARD.
आएंगे, माँ सीता संग आएंगे, राधा लक्ष्मण नौ भक्त हनुमान।
I want to say pranam to my grandpa Beta and grandma Chitra in Letikeni, Guyana. I additionally would like to say pranam to It's Our Life ARD, Mr. Denny Pasad, and the entire team of It's Our Life. You can find them on YouTube. Check out all their wonderful programming that explores the geography of Guyana and Guyanese culture.
राम आएंगे, आएंगे, राम आएंगे, राम आएंगे, आएंगे, राम आएंगे। मेरे झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। राम आएंगे तो अंगना सजाऊंगी, दीप जल के दिवाली मैं मनाऊंगी। राम आएंगे तो अंगना सजाऊंगी, दीप जल के दिवाली मैं मनाऊंगी। मेरे जन्मों के सारे पाप मिट जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। राम झूलेंगे तो पलना झुलाऊंगी, मीठी मीठी मैं भजन मैं सुनाऊंगी। राम झूलेंगे तो पलना झुलाऊंगी, मीठी मीठी मैं भजन मैं सुनाऊंगी। मेरी जिंदगी के सारे दुख मिट जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे।
I want to say good morning and pranam to Atlanta, Georgia. That is Mala Harpashad and family from Atlanta, Georgia. If I happen to miss your name or greeting, I do humbly apologize. I want you to know that I appreciate you tuning in, sharing this program. So as we continue onwards with our discourse for today on Kaal Bhairava, what is the blessing of Kaal Bhairava? When you do sadhana, that is, you do a long-term devotion or you do an intense, very sort of elaborate devotion for Kaal Bhairava, there is a particular blessing. And to put it in English, it's called the upsurge of Bhairava. This blessing is called the upsurge of Bhairava. Where, persons in their ordinary state of consciousness, but they experience a breakthrough in regards to consciousness. The level of consciousness goes up, it's higher. There's an incredible level of consciousness the individual experiences. After an individual does sadhana, there's a devotion in reference to Kaal Bhairava. And how do we explain this simply? To explain it simply, this breakthrough sort of blessing that comes from Kaal Bhairava. Let's say you're stuck right now in life. You are uncertain of how to move forward. You're uncertain of how to approach certain issues in life. Kaal Bhairav will make you come to a realization of where you need to be, of how to approach something, of how to move forward. This upsurge of Bhairava, this type of blessing, he shines a light and helps to illuminate the options before you. Should you take road A or should you take road B? He'll illuminate and show you which road will be most favorable. So this is the blessing of Kaal Bhairava. He raises the consciousness of a devotee. He causes a breakthrough in the life of a devotee. So the more you pray to him, the more one does devotion and offerings to him, the more one honors him, the more of breakthroughs one would witness. You know, many people, they're running every single Sunday. They're running to manifestation. Every single problem they have, from the most simplest issues, the most trivial issues, they run to manifestation. Every single thing. You could have the most simple issue, or even a nonsensical issue, and they run to the manifestation. The true devotee only goes before manifestation rarely. They don't go continuously every single week on a weekly basis. They have faith. The true devotee has faith in the deity. Has faith that when they pray at the temple, or if they pray at home, the divine will reveal certain truths to them, will reveal certain secrets to them, will shine a light in their life to open up their consciousness so they can see the road ahead. In the same sense, when one drives at night, when you drive at night and you turn on your high beams, you can see further in the distance. What lies before you is unknown. But with those high beams, you can see a little bit more. You have that confidence of what awaits you. In the same sense, Kaal Bhairava represents those high beams in the road of your life, illuminating everything in your life gradually, so you can move ahead to arrive at that destination, whatever your destination is. Right after for a few bhajans, we will speak about a very unique way of worshipping Kaal Bhairava. A method one may employ in their altar. However, there are certain limitations. There's a few things you need to know before you ever think of employing this particular methodology, this method of worship of Kaal Bhairava. Because everything has steps. Everything in Hinduism, there is a process where you gradually go up the ladder. And that's what most people in the context of Hinduism do not appreciate, don't have the ability to appreciate. So we'll speak about that after a few bhajans. In the meantime, I would like to say pranam and good morning to Sadna Suku, Nalini H, Bidya Rampal. I want to say pranam and good morning to Doris Diaram. I want to say pranam to Guyana, that is Shardalal and family. To anyone's name who I've missed, I want to say pranam and blessings of Kaal Bhairava to you and your family. I want to say pranam to Raji Bisnot. I want to say pranam to Devika Mahabir, Christina Prashad. I want to say pranam and good morning to Balgabin Rishi. So just before we play this song which honors Kaal Bhairava, let us speak more broadly on worship of Kaal Bhairava. So when an individual begins their worship of these deities, especially Kaal Bhairava, when they're in the elementary stages, they should begin with a photo. You know, photos often sold at the puja store, and the one that's often sold at the puja store, one can use that. One can also, and what would be most ideal for the individual to start off with, is a photo of the Kaal Bhairava that comes from Kashi, of Kashi. To begin, one should print out or somehow, get an image of that one. And then you begin praying to that one. You begin slowly. You'll light a diya, light some incense, you'll pray, you'll talk to the deity. You start off like that. Then you would begin doing japa for a period of time. So you don't run and go buy murtis. You don't run and go buy a murti. Because remember, when you have a murti, there's certain obligations that have to be met. There is daily worship that should be met of a murti. Because if daily worship, if daily acknowledgement, at the very least, if daily acknowledgement of the murti is not met, bad things can happen. Or, at the very least, the murti doesn't carry any positive effect. In certain cases, where a murti is not acknowledged and feels disrespected, the deity will leave that murti and something bad will happen. A preta will come and take the place of that deity in that murti. And I want to tell you something for you to have the understanding. When you go into a lot of temples these days and you don't feel any positive vibration, any divine energy, when you go into a temple, especially one that does manifestation, a Kali temple, you don't feel any divine vibrations, no positive energy, no upsurge of energy. And when you look at the manifestations, they are often ghost-like. They are often similar to when we watch horror movies, the same movements of these demon-like creatures and beings. When a temple does not do the right thing, when the temple fails to do the proper worship, does not meet its obligations, or is engaged in morally corrupt or reprehensible behavior, preta will take hold of that murti. And while people will think that, oh my God, I'm worshipping this form of the Divine Mother, this Father, this Divine Father, it is actually the preta, the prete, who is taking your worship. So as we come back to our discourse, not to get too sidetracked here, murti, when you introduce a murti, there has to be daily acknowledgement or daily worship. You have to speak to those murtis, you have to have a conversation with these murtis. When you have to go abroad, you have to tell these murtis in advance. I won't be able to do the worship because of, this reason and that reason. When I return, I will, I will make acknowledgement. I will pray to you again. Murtis are not as simple as people conceive. There can be negative effects of a murti. Or in this certain circumstances, in the rare circumstances, a preta may come into that murti. It can happen. So to come back to our discourse here, let me put it in summary. You start off with a photo of Kaal Bhairav. You worship that with dupe and diya for a period of time. Then you start employing japa. You do japa, japa, japa for a period of time on a daily basis. And here you can employ this method. After a certain amount of time of worship, a devotee may put down a trishula of Bhairav. A trishula made out of silver, 8 to 10 inches. Ideally speaking, made out of silver. You put that down on your altar and you say that this here represents Kaal Bhairav. And as I worship this trishula, I gain the darshan of Kaal Bhairav. So this is a method of worship. After you have started off with the photo, the next stage would be to buy a Trishula, a silver Trishula for Bhairav. And you worship that as Kaal Bhairav. When that Trishula is worshipped properly, when it is worshipped for a long period of time, it carries the power of Kaal Bhairav. Even greater in many instances than having a murti. That Trishula can protect your entire house from bhoot, preet, and any negative energy sent your way. Having that Trishula alone, worshipping it, destroys the force of all your enemies. When the enemy forces, when those individuals who carry jealousy and envy in relation to you and your children, go to the Obia man to send negative entities, boot and preach your way. That Trishula alone can destroy all of it. So here is a second step when you're worshipping Kaal Bhairava. Employ a Trishula 8 to 10 inches made out of silver. And you know the reason why I'm telling you silver? Silver expands your mental capabilities. That metal element, it is related to expanding your mental capabilities. Your abilities to retain knowledge, your abilities to process different types of information, memory retention, and all these sorts of things. If you can't afford a silver Trishula, a mixed metals Trishula can do as well. I don't want to limit it and say silver alone, because not everyone can afford that. I understand that. But I say silver because it is very receptive to worship. So this bhajan is in glorification of Kaal Bhairava. But before I play this bhajan, I just want to say pranam to Ravi Singh and family. I want to say pranam to Wendy Takardeen and the entire Takardeen family. I want to say pranam to Tara Singh, Basmati Ram Sewak.
काशी नगरी के बाबा भैरो, कोटवाल के बाबा भैरो, काशी नगरी के बाबा भैरो, कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो। विश्वनाथ की महिमा जहाँ पर दर्शन जात को होत निहाले। विश्वनाथ की महिमा जहाँ पर दर्शन जात को होत निहाले। काशी नगरी ये बाबा भैरो, कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो, काशी नगरी के बाबा भैरो, कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो। कोटि जहाँ देवता विराजे, काशी के बासी पर रहते दयाल। 33 कोटि जहाँ देवता विराजे, काशी के बासी पर रहते दयाल। काशी नगरी, काशी नगरी ये काशी नगरी ये बाबा भैरो, काशी नगरी ये बाबा भैरो, कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो। दंड करत और देत निकाले रामेश्वर हर पापी जन को दंड करत और देत निकाले काशी नगरी काशी नगरी काशी नगरी बाबा भैरो काशी नगरी बाबा भैरो कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो काशी नगरी बाबा भैरो कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो काशी नगरी के बाबा भैरो कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो काशी नगरी के बाबा भैरो कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो काशी नगरी के बाबा भैरो कोतवाल के बाबा भैरो
संगनी बा हे संगनी बाबा आओ
This song is by Auntie Sati Ramnarayana in glorification of Sangani Baba, or as some say, Sangali Karapan Swami.
आओ मेरे धी बाबा
What many people do not know
बाबा
is Sangali Karapan Swami is an emanation of Bhairava.
बाबा
He stems in essence from that energy.
आओ मेरे स्वामी आओ महाराज आओ मेरे स्वामी और पूजा करो बाबा आओ मेरे संगनी बाबा आओ संगनी बाबा आओ आओ ये संगनी बाबा आओ मेरे धी बाबा आओ मेरे धी बाबा आसन बैठाओ बाबा पैसा चढ़ाओ हल्दी टिकाओ और सिंदूर टिकाओ आसन बैठाओ बाबा पैसा चढ़ाओ हल्दी टिकाओ और सिंदूर टिकाओ फूल चढ़ाओ मेरे बाबा है आओ आओ संगनी बाबा आओ संगनी बाबा आओ आओ ये संगनी बाबा आओ मेरे धी बाबा आओ मेरे धी बाबा नीमा चढ़ाओ और नरियल चढ़ाओ तार चढ़ाओ और झंडा उड़ाओ बलिदान चढ़ाओ मेरे स्वामी आओ मेरे धी बाबा आओ मेरे धी बाबा आओ आओ संगनी बाबा आओ मेरे धी बाबा आओ मेरे धी बाबा
जय काल भैरव जय काल भैरव
So as we are nearing the end of this program, let's now just get into some
जय काल
our
भैरव
conclusion for today.
जय काल भैरव
Throughout this program, we have discussed Kaal Bhairava. We have discussed some of his powers, who he is. We have discussed how the steps of his worship. When you start off with Kaal Bhairava worship, you start off with a photo. Then you go to a Trishula. And you do not need to even buy a murti. As I've spoken briefly, sometimes a murti is not the most favorable.
जय काल भैरव
A murti comes with certain risks one must have the understanding of.
जय काल भैरव
As we are about to conclude this program,
जय काल भैरव
Kaal Bhairav Jayanti will be celebrated on November 11th to November the 12th. The Tithi, the Ashtami Tithi, which is favorable to do the worship of Kaal Bhairav, will be from November 11th,
काल भैरव
12:38 p.m. to November 12th,
काल भैरव
12:28 p.m.
जय काल भैरव
So how do you do this worship? Like when it comes to the day of Kaal Bhairava Jayanti, how should you do this worship? What are the steps?
जय काल भैरव जय
So this is a very, very simple devotion a devotee can do.
जय काल भैरव
And any devotee can do this without any negative effects, without any insidious effects. It is very simple, so thus it is accessible for anyone who wants to receive the blessings of Kaal Bhairav, this intense and fierce form of Lord Shiva in their lives.
काल भैरव जय काल
So on the morning of Kaal Bhairav Jayanti,
काल भैरव
you will take rice in your hands,
काल भैरव
in essence a sankalp, a promise. You'll put it down at your altar, saying that today, as it is Kaal Bhairav Jayanti,
काल भैरव
I make a promise here today that I will do a vrata. I will basically refrain from meat, fish, eggs, and as best as I can, I will keep my mind clear and I will keep my mind on Kaal Bhairav. Because in the evening, I will do my worship to receive the darshan of Kaal Bhairav Baba. So to put it simply, you wake up in the morning on the day of Kaal Bhairav Jayanti,
काल भैरव
you take rice in your hand, you make a promise with that rice. You say that you will do a fast to do the evening worship of Kaal Bhairav.
भैरव जय काल भैरव जय काल भैरव
So you wake up, you do the thing with the rice,
जय
you
काल
go about your day. And of course, many of us, we have to go to work, we have to go to the office and etc. That's fine. You go to the office and as best as you can, you try to keep a clear mind.
जय
You
काल
try to be positive in your thoughts
भैरव
and not engage in certain conversations with colleagues and everything as best as you can.
जय काल
So you will do your fast for the entire day.
जय काल
When you come in the evening, you will shower, you will put on new clothes,
काल भैरव
fresh clothes.
जय काल भैरव
You will take one flower,
भैरव
you will offer it to your Ishta Devata. Because the Ishta Devata is supreme. When it comes to your worship, you pray every day starting with the Ishta Devata. I don't care what anyone will tell you. What anyone wants to say, whatever anyone wants to read any scripture and tell you or anything. The Ishta Devata, your personal deity, is supreme and should mean the most to you. You always, 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 always start with your Ishta Devata. When you need to do something and it has difficulty, the Ishta Devata will ensure and secure your victory
जय काल
in whatever it is. So you take one flower, you put it to your Ishta Devata, you pray to your Ishta Devata saying,
जय काल भैरव
bless me so I may prevail in the worship of Kaal Bhairav on this auspicious day. You will now take another flower. You will place it at the foot of Lord Ganesh.
जय काल
You
भैरव
will ask him to remove all obstacles as you're about to embark on a little devotion for Kaal Bhairav.
जय काल भैरव
Now to the main point, the major part.
जय काल भैरव
You will offer a flower to Kaal Bhairava Baba.
काल भैरव
Or alternatively speaking,
भैरव
you will offer a mala.
भैरव
If you can make it with your own hands, that's better. Sometimes at the puja store they sell pre-made malas with the jasmine flowers and etc. That can also be used as well.
जय काल
That would be suitable as well.
काल भैरव
So you offer your flower and or your mala for Kaal Bhairav.
काल भैरव
You will chant Om for a few times.
काल भैरव
Then, using one particular mantra of Kaal Bhairava, you will chant 10 or more malas of that mantra.
जय काल भैरव
At the end of the 10 or so malas of the mantra,
जय काल
you will spray perfume,
जय काल
you will do arti, and you will just sit down in front of Kaal Bhairav.
जय काल भैरव
And you will just sit down, not utter a word, not say anything at all. You will just sit down, you will close your eyes, and you will just meditate.
जय काल भैरव
You won't have anything in your mind. You don't have anything in your mind. Oh, I need this. I want this. I need more money. Oh, I need to buy a Porsche this year. You don't have anything in your mind. You just sit down, close your eyes with the thought that I have prayed as best as I can. I have fasted as best as I can. And whatever way I'm worthy of being blessed by this great deity Kaal Bhairav, let the blessings flow to me. So you close your eyes for how long you find to be fit.
जय काल भैरव जय काल
And you would witness, most people would witness, you have a very big surge of positive energy.
जय काल
You feel really great afterwards.
भैरव
Lastly, you take the blessings of Kaal Bhairav.
जय काल भैरव
And that brings the end to your devotion for Kaal Bhairav on Kaal Bhairav's Jayanti. So it's a very, very simple method. Simple and effective method. So remember, you need 3 flowers.
जय काल भैरव
One for your Ishta Devata, one for Ganesh, and then one for Kaal Bhairav.
जय काल
You do your 10 malas of a mantra in reference to Kaal Bhairav.
जय काल
You will sit down, you will meditate,
काल भैरव
be in thought of Kaal Bhairav. You'll take his blessings,
जय
and that brings the end to your devotion.
जय काल भैरव जय काल भैरव
Days from doing this, months from doing this,
जय
whatever Kaal Bhairav sees fit, you will notice that changes occur in your life.
जय काल
You will see that ways begin to open up. You will see your perspective on things will begin to change.
भैरव
Opportunities that never opened up now begin to open up.
भैरव
This is the power of Kaal Bhairav.
काल भैरव
You might even witness that people who used to give you a lot of problems in life, maybe people that used to give you a lot of problems at your workplace and etc.,
भैरव
they're
जय
just avoiding you now. There's less confrontation, there's less afflictions and problems.
जय काल
Because remember, Kaal Bhairav has the power to remove the enemies of the devotee,
काल
to
भैरव
protect the devotees,
काल भैरव
and to bless the devotee with opportunities, especially that of opportunities to gain finances and to gain wealth.
जय काल भैरव
So these are the miracles of Kaal Bhairav and his worship. It's a very simple method anyone can employ without any negative consequence. You just do everything that I've said. You do it with confidence. Even if you make a little mistake here and there, you make a little mistake or whatever, you just continue.
काल भैरव
Remember, he is the God that is compassionate, most compassionate, despite his fierce image.
जय काल भैरव
He will bless you irrespective of the little mistakes you make and everything.
जय काल भैरव
So here I've laid out a perfect devotion for you to do on Kaal Bhairav Jayanti, and we worship Kaal Bhairav in the night,
जय
the most auspicious period of time, contrary to what people think.
जय काल
The most auspicious time to worship Kaal Bhairav is always worshiping in the night. If you were to read about certain devotions related to Kaal Bhairav, all the complicated devotions and all of these things, they're all the sadhana. you would see it always tells you do it at night. That's the time where he reigns. That is the time when his energy reigns. So with all these points in mind, my friends, I hope you gain a very thorough understanding of Kaal Bhairava and a simple methodology to do his worship. On Kaal Bhairav Jayanti. With the next few bhajans in mind, my friends, I'll be taking my leave. I want to say Sidra Om Shakti. May the blessings of Kaal Bhairav illuminate your life. May the blessings that I've spoken about, the upsurge of Bhairava, may that particular blessing come into your life. May you see the breakthroughs that you need. Before I leave, I want to say pranam and good morning to my sister Vani and all the devotees of the Sri Mahakali Durga Mandir as well. I want to take this opportunity before I close off this program just to say that the Sri Mahakali Durga Mandir, located at 9266 Springfield Boulevard in Queens Village, New York, cordially invites you and your family to join them every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for their beautiful uplifting service. They have service every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and they would like to invite you and your family to receive the darshan of the Divine Mother and the Master Kaal Bhairav. For more information on Sunday services at the Sri Mahakali Durga Mandir, please contact Pujari Kavirdas G2 at 917-929-7150. That's Pujari Kavirdas G2 at 917-929-7150 for more information. With the next bhajan in mind, my friends, I'm taking my leave. Until we meet again, my friends, on November 23rd, that's the next couple of weeks. I want to say, may Kaal Bhairav bless each and every one of you. For those who celebrate Kaal Bhairav Jayanti, may you experience the bliss, the Shakti, and the upsurge of Bhairav in your life in a grand way. This is Justin D. Anthony. Until we meet again, my friends, have a blessed week.
Jai Kaal Bhairav, Jai Kaal Bhairav, Jai Kaal Bhairav, De Bhavani. Jai Kaal Bhairav, Jai Kaal Bhairav, Jai Kaal Bhairav, De Bhavani. Jai Kaal Bhairav, Jai Kaal Bhairav, Jai Kaal Bhairav, De Bhavani. Jai 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 Kaal Bhairav, Jai 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 Kaal Bhairav, Jai Jai Mata Kali. Jai 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 Kaal Bhairav, Jai 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 Kaal Bhairav, Jai Jai Mata Kali. Namo Kaal Bhairav, Namo Kaal Bhairav, Namo Kaal Bhairav, Dev Bhavani. Namo Kaal Bhairav, Namo Kaal Bhairav, Namo Kaal Bhairav, Dev Bhavani. Jai 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 Kaal Bhairav, Jai 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 Kaal Bhairav, Jai Jai Mata Kali. Jai 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 Kaal Bhairav, Jai 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 Kaal Bhairav, Jai Jai Mata Kali. तुम ही नाम से मैं भजन सुनाऊंगी, तुम ही नाम से मैं भजन सुनाऊंगी। फिर भी मंत्र महंत्र मभूति, फिर भी मंत्र महंत्र मभूति। नमो काल भैरव, नमो काल भैरव, नमो काल भैरव, दे भवानी। नमो काल भैरव, नमो काल भैरव, नमो काल भैरव, दे भवानी। जय 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 काल भैरव, जय 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 काल भैरव, जय जय माता काली। जय 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 काल भैरव, जय 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 काल भैरव, जय जय माता काली। नमो काल भैरव देव देवो भवानी, नमो काल भैरव देव देवो भवानी। जय 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 काल भैरव, जय 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 काल भैरव, जय जय माता काली। जय काल भैरव, जय काल भैरव, जय काल भैरव दे भवानी। जय काल भैरव, जय काल भैरव, जय काल भैरव दे भवानी। जय 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 काल भैरव, जय 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 काल भैरव, जय जय माता काली। से मैं पूजा कराऊंगी, तुम्ही नाम से मैं पूजा कराऊंगी, फिर भी फूल और माला बनाऊंगी, फिर भी फूल और माला बनाऊंगी। जय काल भैरव, जय काल भैरव, जय काल भैरव दे भवानी, जय काल भैरव, जय काल भैरव, जय काल भैरव दे भवानी। जय 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 काल भैरव, जय 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 काल भैरव, जय जय माता काली। जय 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 काल भैरव, जय 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 काल भैरव, जय जय माता काली। नमो काल भैरव,